Hello plastic model builders, it's me, and we are doing this right here. Coworker wants it, so I'm going to do it. Tank, just after the World War II era, used for the Korean War, developed to fight the Russians. Simple. Got a part right here. It's just a box. Got your tracks. 3 bags. Got your decals right here. More parts. Not to mention 2 sets of instructions. One that I can't read, tips and tricks, and one that I can read. So let's get started. Get ready for some model making madness, and here we go. We are going to start off by doing our wheels for this thing. This is my first tank, so I have no idea what to expect. Well, I expect there's a lot of wheel things for this. So you've got a hub that you have to put in. There's one on each side. Make sure you get those. There's the other one right there. Glue them in place, of course. I don't need to tell you to do that. If you didn't, that could be bad. Then we've got some miscellaneous parts that need to go in. This is in the middle of the tank. This helps hold the top on and the turret, which is on the top. Glue that into place. Looks pretty. I like it. Model making madness. By the way, I do not paint this. It was just a fun little project that I wanted to do. I did put the decals on it in the end, so stick around and see that. Better wash it first. I didn't wash it. My decals didn't like to stick. We've got these little things that go on here. I know nothing about tanks. Know nothing about what any of these parts are called, so feel free to chime in. So now we've got our wheels and our gears and all that stuff. You got this gear right here. You see how it looks? Cute little thing. Then we've got the other side of the gear. And of course, 2 gears, 1 for each side. And there you got these little rubber pieces. They go inside of them. I'm sure they have a name as well. Somebody will inform me. Put one in here. You don't glue those in place. That way, the wheels can spin on your tank, and you can play with it like a toy instead of a model. So we put those together just like that. It's got a little groove in there so you know where it goes. Fits right into place. That way the gears line up with the treads. And these just kind of snap into place. Just give them a little oomph in there, and there you go. You see how well it turns? Some of them turn better than others. I will say that. I don't know how to fix that. The more tanks I do, I'm sure I'll learn. So now we have more wheels that we have to do for this. We got one right there, and each one of these gets a little rubber piece inside of it. Yes, that's right. Take all these rubber pieces, stick them inside, glue these wheels together because that's where the middle parts of the treads go. A lot of these wheels to do. Take your time. I'm not going to show you all of them because that's way too much, but you will see the finished product at the end of this video, so just keep watching. You will see how it all turns out. And we've got these little guys right here. I'm going to have to do those as well. So it's a lot of wheels and a lot of pieces. So make sure you just do those, and we'll make these look pretty too with some model making madness. Put them all together. You see how they go. These are where the middle of the tracks go into. So you see I've got one of the sprockets there, one of the wheels, and then one of the little spinny guys. And I'll show you one more here just for good purpose of how that goes together. All these wheels, right side and left side of this massive M41 tank. There it goes. That snaps into place, and it's that simple. Now we start building the rest of the tank. We got these guys that go right on the front of it. Right here, as you can see, slide those into place, glue them down, make them secure. Got our headlights. Those go there. And you got these things. I don't know what they are, but they also slide in. A decent kit, well constructed for an old kit for Tamiya. You know, they are known for doing good things with their models. We've got this little guy right here. I don't know what it is, but it's a part, and we're going to put it on there. So we make that look pretty. We've got this. We've also got some shovels that we get to put on. Remember, I don't paint anything. This is just a project that I wanted to do a first tank. Maybe the next one I do, we can paint it, because did this while I was doing other things and wasn't actually home at the time. So I just did what I could do. Got this thing that goes on the front. I imagine it's a tool that they can use. Again, somebody fill me in, please, because I have no clue what any of this stuff is. I didn't research it, and I didn't have to, because I know you'll tell me, because that's what you do. So you've got that on there. Put the rest of these little parts together. As you can see, it's got a lot of them. And you just keep adding more and more pieces, little hinges, little hooks, little ladders for steps. Those are hard to get onto. You just gotta be careful. And I did not have tweezers when I did this, so I had to do the best I could with the tools I had. Just my knife here and my glue. Here's Mr. Hobby Surfacer, because that's what I could get at the time. I think it's Mr. Surfacer or Mr. Glue. Probably Mr. Glue. I don't know. Mr. Hobby something. Anyway, there is the tank right there. You can see all those attached to it, the wheels in all their glory. Putting everything on the rest of this right here. Just keep watching. We'll get it finished eventually. This is the main gun for the tank. 2 pieces, easy to go together. Fits into place just like that. Clamp it down properly. I like how it goes. What's next, you say? We have this piece right here that also helps the turret go up and down. You see how it fits in? Slide that into place. Glue it down. Then we'll glue the other piece to the back of this. Then we can put this inside of the turret, and it will move up and down as the turret moves to the left and right, and as the rest of the tank can move forward. So you see our turret right here. We're going to get this started. It's got pieces that lift up for hatches and steps and antennas that go on this. So pay attention where they go. All the little steps are very tiny. We've got this little cover. It goes on this, and then there's another cover that goes on the opposite side. You see how that goes? Just like this. Put the glue on both of your sides. You know how it goes. It's a model. So now we've got the top right here that I mentioned before. Put that on. Very simple stuff. This is a hatch, as you can see. Kind of hard to get that in. Just be careful with it. You'll do a good job, I'm sure. That's what we do. We make stuff look good when we do it. Put that in. You got little hinges right here so it can rotate up and down. You just kind of got to put it gently into place. You see these little areas here was not the easiest to get in, but you know, with practice, you'll get it, because I managed. And there you go. So the hatch is in, and it just moves up and down. Put your glue on there, avoiding the hinges, of course, because the hatch does move. And now we're on to the next part, which you see right here. Just kind of hold that in place. It's an antenna. And then there's the other antenna. You glue those down. Once the antennas are glued into place, we are going to move on to these right here. It's just a little cover that goes on this. I'm not exactly sure what it does, if that's another hatch or like a vent, but it's there. It's on the tank, so that's where we've got to put it on. So now we've got this little guy right here. Looks like some sort of tool for doing something, an axe of some kind, a pick, maybe for breaking up ice or dirt or rocks. I don't know. So now's the fun things, putting on these little steps. Without tweezers, it's not easy. I kind of had to hold it in place, put the glue down, let each one set. I got good by the time I was done with all 50,000 of these. You see 4 right there. Some more on the other side, of course, because that's how this tank was built. And you got these little guys right here. They're eyelets. I'm sure something ties down onto these things. You had to put those on too. A lot of little pieces for the tank. We got to bless those people that do photo etch parts with ones that are a lot smaller than this. Of course, you got a gas tank that goes on the side in case they run out of gas, unless that's for water. I'm thinking it's for gas because it's on the outside. You wouldn't want water on the outside because it could go bad. I've got the top of the turret right here. You can see the gun fits into place right on that. Looks great. You'll see how this fits right here. Glue it all down together. Make sure your gun moves up and down. The big old cannon on this M41. Putting on the rest of our wheels. They snap into place just like so. Got this little guy that goes in the back, just a part for the model. And we've got this right here. All sorts of more fun things that we have to put onto this. But you know, that's okay. We're getting close to being done. Looks like shells for the gun. It's going to fit onto the gun. That fits on top of the turret for the gunner, because it does come with gunners. I didn't paint any of those. And you see the gun right there. It's got a little swivel. You just kind of put it right on top of the turret, and it moves back and forth and up and down and all around. And you will, like I said, you'll see the completed version of this at the end of the video. This is just so you can see how all of this tank goes together. You see how it swivels. I didn't glue mine down, of course, so you got to be careful when you're moving this thing around that you don't lose those parts. In fact, I think I have the gun sitting in my truck. So now we've got more parts right here. Little lights, I guess. I don't know what they are, but they fit in. And you just glue them in place just like that, as you can see. Then we'll put on all the decals coming up here. Like I said, I did not do the greatest of job on those because I just put it right to the bare plastic and they didn't want to stick at all. I don't know if that's how I did it. We got this little hatch, moves back and forth. We've got some tools that will go onto this. You got this little guy. I'm not sure what that's for, but it's there. Somebody please tell me what it is. You got some shovels, stuff like that. Like I said, didn't paint anything, just put them on. It was a fun model. I really enjoyed doing it. My first tank. I'd recommend going out and getting it. It went together very well, despite the fact that it had a lot of small pieces that you see, and without tweezers, it's definitely not easy. Got some lights that go right here on the front. A lot of lights, you know, because they do need to see in the dark. Then we got these covers that protect the lights, because, you know, you definitely don't want to break any lights or anything like that. You got two of these, one on each side. There's one, and of course, the other. We'll put that down and make that look pretty for more model making madness. I know, it's good stuff. Make it look pretty. See that? We are coming to the end, so I hope you enjoy it. We got the tracks right here. Put the treads on. I heated up a knife to do this. Put them together. Then I took my knife and I basically melted the parts together, as you could see me doing right there. And the treads work. They stayed on. I'm proud of myself. It was not the hardest thing in the world. I made it work. My tank treads move. You see my knife there. Just melting that stuff into place, and everything worked out just as it should. And there might be a better way. Here's the decals. We got a little star. Like I said, mine also started peeling off, so I don't know if that's because I had a bunch of oils on my model. Got the 532. But, you know, in the long run, I kind of glue those down. Some of them I think are still peeling off, so maybe I need to seal them in somehow. But this is the model. We're just about done. I decided to put the decals on easier spots without everything together. We're going to put this top on here. You see that little hook is just going to snap right into place. It does have an alignment for it. Give it a good oomph. And then we put this down. It swivels just like that. Model making madness. Make it look pretty. We've got our guns. This is pretty much it. This model, you see that swivels just like that. We've got our turret. Moves up and down. So here is the model. We're going to show you this. Get it? Nice detail. Goes together easy. It comes in green, as you can see. Lots of small little parts to occupy your time. Thanks for watching. And as always, until next time, see ya.